Right now, the promoters are shedding their weighty burden. The opening ceremony has begun. After months and months of preparation, of hopes and worries, it's certainly a relief for everyone involved that the competitions have finally started. The spectators are giving the athletes an enthusiastic welcome. Yes, it's not only the participants who play to the gallery, so do the huge number of fans who would go through hellfire to be here at these games. Very much hope that the opening ceremony has given you an appetite for the upcoming competitions, ladies and gentlemen. For my own part, I can hardly wait for them to start. This is the moment of truth. The American athlete is preparing now. His fellow countrymen expect great things of him. So now let's get on to the biathlon track for the men's competition. Who has the hottest equipment and who has the best nerves at the shooting range? The final word hasn't been spoken yet, but his time is more than promising. He seems to be in good shape. He's starting fast. With a good time in the race, the shooting is much more relaxed. Yes, well aimed. That shot was good. Things are going pretty well. That was the next hit. A phenomenal performance. Every shot a hit. His race over the track is very powerful.
He seems to have put in some very thorough training.
The coach has every reason to be satisfied.
Well, a good coach will try not to show his feelings.
Why?
You mustn't spoil your protégés with too much praise because they will end up getting used to it and then they'll stop concentrating on their performance.
Have you never praised your protégés?
Well, of course I have. You can't do without acknowledgement. It's like when you're teaching a dog to fetch a stick.
Carl, with all due respect, your comparisons are sometimes really inappropriate.
You think so?
Well, listen to them. about the time? He's going at an amazing speed. He seems absolutely unstoppable. You don't get the impression that the competition has exhausted him very much.
So the second shooting will certainly be no problem for him, I think.
Well, the first shot is often the most difficult one, but this one was good.
Can you feel it moving through your veins?
Great series so far. That was the 4th hit. And now... Not only did he dominate the track, he was also faultless at the shooting range. Tip-top. The race for the top ranks is over, so now the medals are handed out. Credit given where credit is due. Congratulations to the gold medal winner. My name is Rick Sanders, and I'll try to accompany you through the competitions to the best of my knowledge and know-how. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I've rarely seen the Americans as motivated as this year.
Right, they're prepared to go to any lengths.
They've slightly touched the board, but nothing earth-shattering. Slight problems with the board.
Only a little contact, but it still costs time.
The board definitely doesn't belong to the ideal line. Well, whatever route they wanted to take.
Great!
The competition is holding its breath now. It'll be hard for them to keep up with this top performance. The American fans are cheering their team as they enter the competition now.
If you want to be the best, you gotta go and get it.
Yep, that looks much better. A slight slip up, and it's the board that suffers. What about the intermediate time? Here, they wanted to find out how wide the ice canal is and promptly met up with the boards. moments like this, you suddenly remember why you become a sports fan, because you've seen an athlete rise above himself.
Oh dear, you are dramatic today, aren't you?
There's only the violins missing. And now, to round off this fantastic tournament, the presentation ceremony. First place in the overall ranking. You don't need a calculator for that. This is the gold medal. The skeleton sport has been born several times over. The latest birth dates from 2002, when it was added permanently to the Olympic program in Salt Lake City. The intermediate time could lead to a record. Well, this bit of jostling won't do him any harm. A slight touch of the board.
That's very difficult to avoid at such a high speed.
So what does the intermediate time say? He steered his sled a little bit against the board there. That's the way to get to a gold medal. Sensational. What about the time? fantastic intermediate result. That might be good enough for one of the top places. The final word hasn't been spoken yet, but his time is more than promising. An extraordinary performance. That really is true. And now come the rewards for all of the effort. The presentation ceremony. Credit given where credit is due. Congratulations to the gold medal winner. Power, stamina, and an extraordinary technique. These are the qualities of a good downhill racer.
And a good deal of courage.
The United States are one of the big winter sports nations, and there's hardly any other nation that can rely on such a huge crowd of devoted and enthusiastic fans.
Now that's how an effective start should look. Even I don't have anything to complain about.
That's saying something. Not bad, that performance, but unfortunately not outstanding either. What a performance! What great publicity it is for this sport. What a triumph.
Now you're exaggerating just a little bit, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Just let myself get carried away there a bit.
Speed is blue to make it through.
A missed gate. The jury doesn't appreciate that at all. this result should suffice for a place in the middle of the ranking. Rien ne va plus. Nothing goes anymore, they say in gambling. That was the last discipline.
Yes, sports is always a game of chance to a certain extent.
And it's bronze for round 3. Congratulations.
Hard to win.